150 yards and 2 touchdowns, but his Amsterdam Admirals lost at Frankfurt 30-14. Kansas City Chiefs running back Derek Ross rushed for 119 yards and a touchdown in the 24-18 Cologne victory over Hamburg. This is NFL Network Now.
They are hoping for a record crowd here today at LTU Arena in Dusseldorf for Berlin and RHEIN here in the NFL Europa opener. In general, as we said, a very, very difficult place for the opposition to come in and play. And, well, Coach, you had that opportunity to do that in the past. This is not an easy place to walk into.
It really isn't. The RHEIN Fire fans are tremendous fans. Their faces are all painted. They're waving the flags. And John Allen, I'll tell you what, I guarantee you, his stomach is rolling right now. But he has been very, very calm. He's done a great job with this team in training camp.
Andrew Hakas ready to kick things off for Berlin as the season gets underway. Let's listen to the noise level. Not going to get any quieter as the rest of the game goes on. Plenty of room to run up through the middle and out to the 29-yard line. That is where RHEIN will start things off. Dorian Henderson bringing back the kickoff to the 29-yard line.
And there you see offensive coordinator Don Eck giving the play to Cody Pickett, that veteran quarterback. Again, he started 3 games for the 49ers.
Look at those numbers in the 2 seasons at Linfield College. So Cody Pickett brought in as a free agent, and immediately he got difficulty in terms of getting the play in. Did they get it in time? They had to call for a timeout. Which way is this one going to go?
Well, I think that was a problem with the play clock. I think they probably started it before the offense even hit the field. That's not quite fair. So they're going to, the officials, again, are going to get this straight. And, of course, all these officials are from the National Football League. And this is the opening game in Europe, so they're all having some issues.
Now, how much of that are we going to see? You got players that got together, a little bit on the later side, haven't had as much time over in Europe. Is it a matter of ironing out some rough spots?
Well, it really is. And there, of course, you see Rick Nance. We talked to him about it yesterday. The opening game of the season, the thing I always worried most, because you don't have preseason games in NFL Europa, I always worried about the special teams.
So no penalty called on the play as they reset that play clock. First down for the 29-yard line. And Pickett, with a little bit of time, buys a little extra, and he'll find P.K. Sam for a gain of about 5.
Big, tall, physical, good-looking wide receiver, P.K. Sam.
And you take a look at the men in the backfield. Gerald Riggs, along with Jimmy Dixon in the backfield. We told you about Sam across the front line. Martin Washington, Klingscale, Heyer, and Boone. Peter Heyer, a national player from Germany. And Pickett, the give to Riggs, barreling his way ahead for first down yardage. Nice lead block around the outside, and Gerald Riggs, yes, the name is familiar, buys the RHEIN Fire their first down of the game.
230-pound physical back. His dad played at about 245.
There's a Berlin Thunder. They'll go with 4 men up front. Patrick Finke, a national player from Germany. As far as the linebackers are concerned, Blake Mendenhall from Temple University in the middle. And you see the defensive secondary, Chris Sorrell from Penn State, one of the safeties. They got a ball knocked away, but it's going to be an incomplete pass. And it'll bring up second down.
Yeah, a lot of penetration up front right there, right off the bat. And, of course, that young guy right there, Dave Tollefson, they are very, very excited to have him talking to his defensive line coach, Darrell Sims. He's been a nice addition. They traded for him during training camp.
Tollefson, one of the players allocated by the Oakland Raiders. We'll tell you about some of those teams over the course of the ball game.
Many of these players are allocated. About half are allocated. About half are free agents who, of course, are working to get a contract in the league next year. All of them have been in the National Football League in training camp and played in preseason games.
You saw the triplet receivers up top, but the throw was behind Sam, back the other way. The incomplete pass going to bring up third down.
Yeah, a little breakdown in protection on the left side of that offensive line. They came scot-free on Pickett on a 3-step drop. That absolutely cannot happen here. Take a look at it right here. You see the penetration unblocked in a 3-step drop. Mr. Pickett is not going to be happy about that.
So Cody Pickett, originally chosen by the 49ers in the 2004 NFL Draft, trying to come up with a big play on 3rd down. With time. Buying a little bit more time, but he's not going to get enough. Just out to the 46-yard line. That's going to bring up 4th down for RHEIN.
Yeah, Cody Pickett right there, 6'3", 230, really a tough kid. I mean, you know, he actually covered punts and played special teams as a backup quarterback in the National Football League. Dad's in the Rodeo Hall of Fame. He's an old cowboy from out in Idaho out there. Good football player.
And back deep for the Berlin Thunder on return duties here. Rich Masinski, a wide receiver. But he's not going to get an opportunity to take one back. It's blocked, rolling around, and it'll be Berlin ball inside the RHEIN 40-yard line. Coach, you're talking special teams. Well, there it is right there.
Well, that is exactly what you worry about as a head coach in the opening game like that. That was blocked. And he beat the slot, beat the weight back entirely on the left-hand side. And you know, and you don't do that stuff live in training camp, and that's really their first opportunity to go and get after it. And a terrible, terrible result for RHEIN right there.
Super starting field position for the Thunder. Going up against the 4-3 defense, quarterback Travis Lele.
Open with an empty set.
And a good adjustment on the throw. That was just a little bit behind for a short pickup.
Lele, allocated by Seattle, played at Montana State, had some pretty good numbers there.
Pretty good.
All-time school record holder.
Out of the 10,700 yards, 58 touchdowns in 4 years. His teammates have given him a great opportunity here. 2nd down now at 6.
This looks like an audible.
And it looks like it's going to be a 1st down. Chris Barkley, the running back, finding room around the left side. And that'll move the sticks for Berlin.
Chris actually played in games for the Cleveland Browns last year, was active for 3 games during the season.
Picked up 9 on the play. The tight end is Davis, Masinski, and Brewster, the wide receivers, along with Hogue. And the offensive line left to right. So on 1st down, Berlin on the move, trying to capitalize on the blocked punt with their first possession of the season. With a man in motion. Lele's got time. And being chased out of the pocket, found the safety valve, but not a whole lot there for Barkley.
That's his strong point. He could really move around.
RHEIN fire defensively. Christian Moore, a national player from Germany, nicknamed Thor, holding down that left side of the defensive line. A little short on linebackers. They've only got 5 of them. They'll play a lot of nickel, so Moore falls to the secondary. Richard Yancey, national player from Germany, playing in his 8th season in NFL Europa. On the 26-yard line. And again, there's running room, and it's again that right side this time. 6-yard pickup on the play for Barkley.
Both of these teams really think that their offensive lines are a strength of both football teams. Both offensive lines are very athletic. And I'll tell you, we're really going to track number 64, the right tackle for Berlin today, Samuel Gutekunst. He is a German national player. He's definitely got a chance to play in the National Football League.
He is at that right tackle spot as they come in tight now. Lele has time and finds his tight end down near the 15-yard line. And Charles Davis says, yep, I got myself a 1st down.
You know, I watched both these teams in training camp in Tampa, Florida, and I'll tell you, Lulay really impressed me with his ability to, one, manage the game. He can move around in the pocket. He can run. He's a 4'6", 8'40" guy. And Kuntz is another one on that defense for RHEIN. You see 55, who I was impressed with.
He is among those three linebackers now. A first down for Berlin on their opening drive. Lulay with a little bit of time. No one to throw to. He'll slide down inside the 12.
And there you see right there some of the movement capability that he has. Both these teams, I think, early in this game are going to run a lot of three-step drops, just allow both quarterbacks to kind of settle in. And of course, here with the crowd noise, you can see him having a little bit of difficulty. All the same rules as the National Football League. NFL officials, NFL rules with a couple of exceptions, which we'll get into as the game progresses.
Man in motion is Carlton Brewster. And that appears to be a botched snap. It's going to be recovered by RHEIN.
Boy, both teams playing giveaway here early in the football game, but man, you're right there in scoring position, at least a field goal. That really, really hurts in the red zone to give it up like that, and on a botched snap at that, which is inexcusable. And of course, the Fire likes that. Take a look at it here. Yep, the center, that's so typical. When the center is moving and has to pull, the ball will come out a little bit late, and the quarterback pulled out a little bit late. That's just a play that was dead right from the start.
Is that a play that doesn't happen in 2 or 3 weeks because the timing is better?
Exactly right.
So RHEIN dodges a bullet, and they start out from deep in their own end on first down. Couple of yard pickup right up the gut for the Fire. That is the fullback Jimmy Dixon, a free agent draft pick out of Georgia Tech.
Now for RHEIN, what we expect to see today is we expect to, oh boy, an injury right off the bat for RHEIN, but we expect to see Cody Pickett play the first quarter and then most of the second half. Oh boy, that really hurts. That's Peter Heyer, their fine right guard. Wow, he's a national player from Germany, outstanding football player.
Been in a couple of World Bowls. That's got to be concern for Rick Lance because that's a big part of his line. He does have some depth there, but according to the way the depth chart works, he would probably have to do some moving of players around guard and tackle.
Right, and of course he's very fortunate because he's got one young man, Jesse Boone, 79, that can play every spot on that offensive line. But here's Peter Heyer right here. He's 27 years old. Now he's been in the National Football League. He's a German, but he's been with the Rams. He's been with Kansas City. He's been with New Orleans. He's 27 years old. He is a solid offensive lineman. 6'3", 310. Boy, that hurts. That really hurts him. That does not look real good going off. That looks like it might be a left knee injury.
No pressure at all on that left foot. And he gets escorted off here after that 3-yard pickup. That could be big for RHEIN's offensive line. The Berlin team and all of these players who are just still acclimating themselves to the time change in Europe, the difference in lifestyle in Europe. I mean, literally, they just got there.
Yeah, they've been there 7 days, really 8 days now. And it's a big adjustment, boy. That 6-hour time difference.
On second down. And the completion will result in a first down. Cedric Bonner, the 8-yard pickup, found a spot and sat down on the left side.
And we're going to be tracking Cedric Bonner today. He's been around. He's played in the National Football League. Here, take a look at it. It's another 3-step drop. Boom, 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 and the ball's got to come out of there. He holds it a little bit, but gets it out. And there's Pickett. They're one of the fastest players in the league. Has been clocked at a 4.25 40. He is a good football player.
And his blazing speed on the outside. He told us this week that, yes, indeed, he is the fastest man on the team. And no, he doesn't like to brag about it. Good penetration into the backfield on first down. And that again was Dave Tollefson. Throwing Riggs for a loss of 4.
6'4", 255 is Dave Tollefson. There you see Riggs right there, played, of course, at Tennessee. And, allocated from the Chicago Bears. His dad, I was the secondary coach at Kansas City. back in the early 80s, and his dad, buddy, was a load. My guys were not real excited about tackling him, I'll tell you.
First, according to Gerald, if you hear his dad tell about it right now, nobody really liked to hit him.
Well, that was true. He was a good one.
With a little time now, Pickett firing. And a short pickup. Out across the middle, but we're seeing a lot right now. There's not a lot of chances being taken downfield. As you said, 3-step drops, a lot of the middle of the field being played, safety type plays.
Just trying to reach a comfort zone, you know, especially in this opening game of the season. When they're in training camp in Tampa, Florida for a month, they have scrimmages, but they you know, this is the first game type experience. So both coaches are going to just let these guys settle in, especially the quarterbacks, and you don't want to make mistakes.
Saw movement on that left side of the defensive line, and the pass to Riggs incomplete.
Yeah, and that looked like Riggs was, of course, running the crossing route. He kind of stopped going across the middle. He hung his quarterback out right there.
So with the flag and the movement on the left side, we'll see the call to the penalty and what kind of an effect that'll have.
Offside, defense, number 95.
Carl Sheffers, 8th year as an NFL referee. And the offside call you heard on the defense.
You know, the National Football League has used NFL Europa as a great training grounds for their officials. Every crew has 2 NFL veterans on it, and then they really use it as a tryout ground for some of the top college officials that would like to move to the NFL.
As a young man who would like to move back to the NFL, Cody Pickett. And a 3rd down and 4 now. And 3 receivers up to the top of your screen.
2-man rush.
Firing. He had time, found his man, and good enough for first down yardage. A fight for Eric Jensen, the tight end out of Iowa. And he gets first down yardage for Cody Pickett.
Yeah, and Cody Pickett really looked good right there because that was just a 2-man rush, and he got the ball out quick and very accurate. The timing was good. I'm sure that was an option route to Jensen. He turned inside, and the ball was right there. Tough to defend. Of course, Coach Lance has a defensive background himself. Long time a college defensive coordinator at Virginia. Was at Navy for a long time, interim head coach at Navy.
Scoreless in this first quarter. It's flying by. And both teams doing a pretty good job of beating the play clock as Riggs gets dropped in the backfield. Around the ankles was Bryant Shaw, the defensive tackle.
This front for Berlin, I tell you, I was impressed with them in training camp. Bryant Shaw, Lavallee, Sape in particular, number 95, the other tackle you see right there in the huddle. Dave Tollefson has been impressive to start the game. And there you see Bryant Shaw right there. 6'2", 315.
Mississippi College, Division III. It's his 3rd year in NFL Europa. The delay give this time. And a change of pace as they go to Henderson. And not much of a change in the result. Tackle made by Pruitt.
Yeah, Rick Lance really he thinks he has a real good changeup in his running backs, and that Riggs is more of a power back. Torian Henderson is a very speedy, explosive type of running back. And then he's got Michael Franklin, his 3rd running back, number 20, who's really fast.
Talking about the linebackers. Richard Ajay, one of those back there, and a group of really 6 of them for the Berlin defense, being coached by Kurt Govea. Play clock winding down again for Pickett. And now showing some speed to get to the outside. First down yardage for Cody Pickett. A 16-yard pickup.
Now we got the season started. That's the first big hit that we've seen this year. And that was P.K. Sam out there at the wide receiver spot. And, man, I'll tell you what, he got a good one. Take a look at it right here on the scramble by Pickett. Watch at the very bottom of your screen. P.K. Sam peels back right here. And right here, wham, that's a decleater.
Wow. He said there are things that he's trying to do to impress the new coaching staff in Miami. That would be one of them. Time again. And good coverage downfield from Chris Harrell coming over to take away that post route on the incomplete pass down inside the 15.
Cody Pickett was very, very fortunate right there. He threw a post route against a blitz, but it was cover one. Watch the free safety right here. Harrell, 27. He doesn't read that he's got a free safety. He doesn't look him off. Harrell makes a great break for the football. Would have intercepted it. The corner knocked him off of it. That was a terrific play by the free safety.
Before the Thunder, time to clamp down defensively. With the ball at their 45-yard line. And on second down, it's Henderson again. Nothing doing. Off on that left side.
Yeah, that was a little slip there on the turf right there for Henderson, and he's very, very explosive and very, very quick out of Texas Tech. He's a free agent in the league. That means at the end of the season, now take a look at it. Right there, you see his left foot, boy, it goes right off. You know, this is a dome stadium with a movable roof, and a lot of these stadiums, there's a lot of moisture. They have a hard time getting the moisture off of that turf, and that looked like it right there. That was a problem.
We're going to see a divot or two before the day is done.
Yes, we will.
Third down. Pickett's got time. And just out of the reach as he tried to go across the middle to Marvin Allen.
That's Marvin Allen from England. Now, he was with Pittsburgh all of last year. Take a look at the turf right here, and you'll see what I'm talking about. You know, it's an indoor stadium with a movable roof, but it's a problem. Now, some of these stadiums in Europe actually can roll the whole field out into the sun. They cannot do that in this stadium here in Dusseldorf. So I really think this could be a problem as the day unwinds.
Is that about what you take with your pitching wedge?
Exactly, yeah. Worse.
Problem is I take it with my driver. And on the punt.
Mazinski.
Pretty good move to the outside and out across the 30-yard line for Rich Mazinski. At his first punt return of the year. Timeout on the field. We'll come back with more in Dusseldorf, scoreless here in the first quarter.
All across the country, fans are seeing football in a whole new way. With unprecedented access to the NFL. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Fans have made NFL Network one of the fastest growing networks in television history. So when you want access to the National Football League, connect to the place where football season never ends.
To move or not to move?
That's so not the question.
So what is the question?
Whose move is it?
That's not the question.
See any good moves lately?
Keep trying.
The question is, what moves?
These moves? These moves?
Get up, get out, find a way, every day, swim, jump, run, do.
The question is, what moves you?
What you're about to see will change the way you look at weather. Introducing the RHEIN Latitude, a revolutionary new blade from the makers of RHEIN Original Glass Treatment. Many traditional wipers have 6 pressure points that can create uneven pressure, which can cause streaking. RHEIN Latitude blades use a totally different technology, contouring to hug the windshield for greater visibility and virtually no streaking. So rain, or sleet, or snow get whisked away like never before. It's like weather never even happened. Get ultimate visibility with the new easy-to-install RHEIN Latitude wiper blades. Order 2 blades starting at $17.99 each and get the complete ultimate visibility pack for free. RHEIN, outsmart the elements.
Well, scoreless in the first quarter. Scott Graham and Doug Graber. We did not drive this way today, although we hear some of the crew did. But take a look at how fast you can go on the Autobahn in Germany.
You know, it's amazing. And when the motorcycles scream by, that's really exciting.
I don't know that I'd go with the word exciting. I think it's scary. And on the ground for the Thunder. Off the punt return, Barkley will get it out to the 39-yard line.
You know, and the number one thing that I always look for in running backs is productivity, and Barkley was productive. Played at Wake Forest, all-time leading rusher at Wake Forest. And here we see Travis Lulay, and I like his presence in the huddle and the way he runs things.
He's certainly taking command, trying to find a rhythm here in the opener. And he found the open man. Once again, it's his tight end, Charles Davis. Davis, a big target at 6'5", 263. When he played his college ball at Purdue, he was voted the player you'd least like to meet in a dark alley in a poll of Big Ten players.
I don't want to meet anybody in a dark alley, honestly, especially over there in Europe.
They'll be third down and short.
This is a big play early in the game, and just watch Lule as he runs this football team.
He's got a three-man backfield. And trying for first down yardage, not going to get there.
I don't know. I don't think so. That's going to be close.
Lule thinks he's got it. It depends on the spot of the football. RHEIN says no. Berlin says yes, but really, what else would you expect?
Yeah, naturally.
Thing is, you stretch out the yardage marker. There, you know, it's not like you can dispute this one. They'll figure it out one way or the other, and they'll do that when we come back. 1 quarter in the books in Dusseldorf. In front of a big crowd, a scoreless game between Berlin and RHEIN.
What's up? Nothing. Check this out. Is that what you call a chair in Minnesota? It's game time. Bring it! Oh, yeah.
Get the widest selection of your favorite team's gear at NFLShop.com.
I want that!
NFLShop.com. To a teenager, every obstacle can seem insurmountable. Pittsburgh Steeler Troy Polamalu
Not that hard. Come on.
knows that with a little support, they can overcome anything.
Let's go, man.
But he can't be there for every team that needs help. You know a few words of encouragement.
You can do it. Come on.
Maybe you could give him a hand. Help the NFL and United Way strengthen your community. Volunteer at UnitedWay.org.
Colts fans, your team just won Super Bowl 41. And now, direct from NFL Shop, you can own the Indianapolis Colts Championship tee, hat, and DVD. It's the official championship cap and t-shirt worn during the post-game celebration, plus the Super Bowl 41 DVD. Call 866-NFL-5959 and own a piece of Indianapolis Colts history. Call 866-NFL-5959 or visit NFLShop.com now.
I want that!
Across the country, fans are seeing football in a whole new way. With unprecedented access to the NFL, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Fans have made NFL Network one of the fastest growing networks in television history. So when you want access to the National Football League, connect to the place where football season never ends.
With the first selection, 4th choice, 10th choice in the NFL draft, the Oakland Raiders, the Cleveland Browns, the Houston Texans, Miami Dolphins select.
And the Run to World Bowl beginning today. Second quarter set to begin here in Dusseldorf. Berlin and RHEIN are scoreless. Right before the break, there was a play that was very close to a first down. However, Berlin came up short. And they will punt it away. Back deep, Michael Franklin to take the kick of Tom Malone, allocated by the New England Patriots.
Two-time finalists for the Ray Guy Award. Fake.
Oh, it's a fake. And a flag down on the play. The ball coming loose. What else would you like down there?
I don't think he got it. It certainly didn't appear to be.
That was a heck of a scramble that was going on down there. And now this is sorted out time.
Illegal motion. Number 29 on the offense. That penalty is declined. First down, RHEIN.
Oh, it turns into a pretty big mistake.
Wow, huge mistake in the special teams. You know what, as a head coach, these opening games of the season, the special teams was always my biggest concern. And you see already we've had a block punt and a huge mistake right there.
We talked with both coaches, and they both felt pretty comfortable, but the special teams portion was the least comfortable they were about their team coming in.
Yep.
As we start the second quarter, new quarterback into the ball game now for RHEIN, as they will work inside the 40-yard line of Berlin. Those Riggs on the carry. Some hard yards off the right side.
Yeah, and this was the plan. This is Brett Elliott right here. He's a young guy from a tiny Linfield College in Oregon, 2,000 students, allocated by San Diego. And this was the plan all along, for him to play the second quarter. And then we'll see what happens in the second half.
Oftentimes, NFL Europa coaches will alternate quarterbacks. You're trying to give these guys an opportunity to play and get reps.
Well, and you don't really know what they can do either until you get them into game situations. And that looked, he had him open. That was Bonner, and he was wide open. And maybe a little bit of nervousness right there. That was a high throw because he certainly had him open.
8,600 yards, 110 touchdown passes. Elliott started 24 games in his career in college, won 23 of them, including a Division III national championship.
Right, they beat Rowan College, in fact, in that game.
So the ball just shy of the 38-yard line of the Thunder. They'll work out of the shotgun. Oh, my.
High snap. Oh, golly, that's another bad mistake. Kicked it down the field. You want to just get on that football. Don't complicate it by making it tougher. Not a real good start for Brett Elliott.
Opening night jitters, it looks like a little bit on both sides.
Yep, no question. Take a look at the snap here. That was the clink scale, and that was definitely high, and then he compounded by another mistake right there.
It was about a 15-yard loss before he kicked it. It turned into a 24-yard loss.
So that great field position they had is out the window.
Berlin will get the ball back, we think. Traditionally, in a punting situation, you expect to. Oh, goodness. Yet another special teams mistake and a big save for the Berlin Thunder. They nearly lost the ball on that punt.
Yeah, Rich Brzezinski, and really, you know, there he says, yeah, that's my bad. Right there, that ball really should not have bounced on the ground. He should have been able to get to it. Classic opening game jitters, no question.
Now, disaster is avoided. Berlin gets the ball when we come back.
Some actions of National Football League players touch the lives of millions of people in a single instant. But sometimes their actions touch the lives of a slightly smaller crowd. The National Football League salutes all of its players who make a difference in the community. And we're proud to honor this year's Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year Award recipients, LaDainian Tomlinson and Drew Brees.
Where you at? Where you at, 85? Ocho been all around this great big world to see you do what they say you do. Where you at? I can't see you. Where you at, 85?
It's an NFL world, and we're living in it.
What you're about to see will change the way you look at weather. Introducing the RHEIN X Latitude, a revolutionary new blade from the makers of RHEIN X Original Glass Treatment. Many traditional wipers have 6 pressure points that can create uneven pressure, which can cause streaking. RHEIN X Latitude blades use a totally different technology, contouring to hug the windshield for greater visibility and virtually no streaking. So rain, or sleet, or snow get whisked away like never before. It's like weather never even happened. Get ultimate visibility with the new easy-to-install RHEIN Latitude wiper blades. Order 2 blades starting at $17.99 each and get the complete ultimate visibility pack for free. RHEIN, outsmart the elements.
I'm Lovie Smith, and you're watching NFL Network.
Well, conference time for a new head coach, John Allen, and his quarterback, Travis Lulay, who's now buried deep in his own end as Berlin gets the ball back here in second quarter action.
Now remember, this is a 35-second play clock in NFL Europa. It's 40 seconds in the National Football League, so they really have to hustle to get in and out of the huddle and get the plays called.
From his own 6-yard line. That toss to the outside will belong to Damian Rhodes, and he'll get chased out after a pickup of a couple. One of the things that you see here early on is both teams trying to find which the right way to go is, what to stretch. I'll tell you what, you can't stretch away from this kind of speed, though, from Richard Kuntz.
This is an amazing story right here. Richard Kuntz, he was a defensive end. Take a look at him right here at linebacker. He was a defensive end in college at East Carolina. Pittsburgh signed him, and now they're trying to make him into a linebacker, and I think they're making a good decision.
That is terrific speed to the outside. Stretch out that run. Well, they'll try the other way, and this time Rhodes runs into more trouble. Kuntz was there, but it was Pace who got there first to submarine him after a gain of about a yard.
Boy, Andrew Pace had an outstanding fill from the safety spot that he read it immediately. It took a great angle, made a great hit right there. There you see Andrew Pace out of Vanderbilt. He's a free agent. Take a look at it right here. Watch Pace and see Kuntz right there, but that's a great fill by Pace.
Now the crowd and the noise level does come into play.
See him banging those drums. You can see in the background and tooting those whistles.
Not an easy way to concentrate. Rhodes trying to kick to the outside, and again he will be stopped. This time it was Eduardo Castaneda, I should say. National player from Mexico making the stop. That's going to mean that Berlin is going to have to punt.
That young guy right there now, 6'2", 243 from Mexico. He can really run. He's a young guy that has a future.
He's making his debut here today at NFL Europa.
College, ITESM in Mexico. Yes, they play college football in Mexico. Really fun as a coach, Scott, to watch some of these young national players from around the world develop.
Play clock winding down. Did they get it off in time? Now, are those whistles from the officials or from the crowd?
You know what? That's hard to tell. It really is. But the players.
Prior to the snap, delay of game, offense, 5 yards, 4th down.
I was always amazed at how the players in Europe could kind of tune that out and concentrate with what was going on the field. It's not easy. There you see Travis Lulay right there, old redhead from Montana State. Interested observer, Coach Lands, the old Marine, as I used to call him. A lot of fun guy.
He's a Marine sergeant.
Yes, sir.
Won a World Bowl ring with Berlin this past offseason. Came over to RHEIN, facing his old team in his first game. And Squad is going to get the ball back after, you're right, a terrific punt.
5 alone.
Room for the return and into Berlin territory. And bringing it back again is Michael Franklin, an 18-yard return of the punt. RHEIN football when we come back. Both teams still looking to get on the scoreboard here in the opener.
To move or not to move?
That's so not the question.
So what is the question?
Whose move is it?
That's not the question.
See any good moves lately?
Keep trying.
The question is, what moves? These moves? These moves?
Get up, get out, find a way. Every day, swim, jump, run, do.
The question is, what moves you?
Colts fans, your team just won Super Bowl 41. And now, direct from NFL Shop, you can own the Indianapolis Colts championship tee, hat, and DVD. It's the official championship cap and t-shirt worn during the post-game celebration, plus the Super Bowl 41 DVD. Call 866-NFL-5959 and own a piece of Indianapolis Colts history. Call 866-NFL-5959 or visit NFLShop.com now.
I kind of came in with the mindset that I was at the bottom. I was one of the selected few invited up to New York City to enjoy the festivities in the presence of greatness with Eli Manning, Ben Roethlisberger, and Kellen Winslow. Just sharing the opportunity with all those guys and not being the last guy in the green room, which was pretty cool. Atlanta, thank you for picking me 8 and not making me the last guy in the green room.
The NFL Draft, live on NFL Network.
Now the banks of the Rhine River in Dusseldorf, Germany. Unseasonably warm for the month of April. The end of a beautiful Saturday afternoon, but a terrific day. Just get out and enjoy.
Boy, I'll say they are enjoying it, aren't they? And it is a beautiful sight along that river.
10:35 to go here in the first half. We said unseasonably warm, 71 degrees. Very little wind, but it began today at LTU Arena with the roof closed during warm-ups. You can see right there in the corner of your screen, it is open now. Taking a little bit of the atmosphere and brought it back inside. Ryan with the football. Another opportunity in Berlin territory. And Brett Elliott floating one up. That's brought in by P.K. Sam. Great adjustment to the football on the outside. A 30-yard pickup.
Outstanding throw by Brett Elliott on the 3-step drop, the fade. They were pressing up the coverage. They looked like it was timed up beautifully. Take a look at it here. And I'll tell you, P.K. Sam is an outstanding-looking young wide receiver with the Dolphins. Nice adjustment to the football. 6'3", 207 pounds, Florida State, Miami Dolphins, good-looking young football player.
Right on the nose of the 10-yard line. It is first down and goal, and a chance for Ryan to get on the board. Through the middle. Wow. Bang it inside. And Henderson just a little bit short of the goal line.
Let's see how they spot this. He's awful close here. Of course, Ryan was signaling touchdown. I don't think they're going to give it to him, though. Henderson really shows a burst. Coach Lance is right. Totally different style between he and Rakes. Take a look at it again right here. It's just a straight isolation play. Nothing fancy right there. Very, very well blocked up front by Steve Franklin, number 71 in particular. I don't know. I think his knee was down. I think it was a good call.
Just an eyelash short. Chance to bang it in right here. That's what Elliott tries to do. And he's not in. And the officials marking it pretty much where it was just a moment ago.
Yeah, that was great penetration by Berlin because you're right there at about the 8-inch line. You'd like to think the quarterback's sneaky could maybe have a chance to get it in. But again, that was just terrific penetration. That was Walter Curry, 91, who got most of that.
One more try here on third down as we cross the 9-minute mark left in the first half. Henderson ripped down from behind.
Kidding me?
Chris Harrell into the backfield, rips him down for a loss of 2. It's going to bring up fourth down.
Chris Harrell right there, free agent, safety, played at Penn State. He's been in some NFL training camps, but watch this quickness from the backside. All the way from the backside, he horse collars him right there. Huge play for the Thunder.
A great speed. And so now it'll be Connor Hughes coming on to try to get the first points of the season for the Fire. Field goal attempt, it'll be 21 yards. And he got it. The scoreless tie is broken, but that has got to be a little bit of an emotional victory for the other side. Fire fans don't necessarily feel that way. They've broken out to a 3-0 lead.
Colts fans, your team just won Super Bowl 41. And now, direct from NFL Shop, you can own the Indianapolis Colts Championship tee, hat, and DVD. It's the official championship cap and t-shirt worn during the post-game celebration, plus the Super Bowl 41 DVD. Call 866-NFL-5959 and own a piece of Indianapolis Colts history. Call 866-NFL-5959 or visit NFLShop.com now.
Count down the NFL's top 10s. Debate topics from around the league. Who's the best? Who's the worst? Everybody has an opinion. And here's ours. NFL's Top 10, Wednesday at 9, only on NFL Network.
Get big arms, a ripped chest, and cut abs with the Perfect Push-Up. The Perfect Push-Up works with the natural rotation of your arms and shoulders to maximize results and minimize stress on your body. With the Perfect Push-Up, your hands, arms, and shoulders rotate 90 degrees, just like in a punch. All the energy of a push-up is captured and transmitted right where you want it, to the muscles. There's no wasted effort, just muscle-building movement. And as your arms rotate, you feel it work in your biceps, your triceps, your chest and abs, and your shoulders. Invented by a U.S. Navy SEAL and made with steel and a ball-bearing movement, it's the push-up perfected. So here's the deal. The Perfect Push-Up is only 2 payments of $19.95. When you order, you'll receive 2 Perfect Push-Up rotational handles, and you'll also receive the Navy SEAL-inspired Perfect Push-Up workout chart. You'll be ripped in no time. Get big fast. Call right now for the Perfect Push-Up.
This is NFL Network Now. I'm Matt Smith. Friday night, Titans cornerback Pac-Man Jones told an ESPN reporter he plans to appeal his year-long suspension handed down Monday by Commissioner Roger Goodell. Jones said, quote, "I expected the suspension, but for a whole year, for a guy that hasn't been charged with nothing, I'm going to appeal it." Some think Brian Westbrook was underpaid for the performance he delivered last season, helping the Eagles to a playoff appearance. Turns out he was overpaid, literally, thanks to an accounting error on the side of the Eagles. His $3 million signing bonus was paid twice. The Eagles have filed a grievance with the league as the money has yet to be returned. Taking a look at the NFL Europa scoreboard, former UCLA standout Drew Olsen threw for 260 yards and 2 touchdowns, but his Amsterdam Admirals lost at Frankfurt 30-14. Kansas City Chiefs running back Derek Ross rushed for 119 yards and a touchdown in the 24-18 Cologne victory over Hamburg. This is NFL Network Now.
Fire fans, generally known for their enthusiasm and their volume. They got a 3-0 lead here. Second quarter of the opener, the RHEIN Fire and Berlin Thunder. NFL Europa season 2007 kicking off.
And of course, 10-game schedule that leads up to the two teams, obviously with the best records, then playing the World Bowl, which this year is in Frankfurt, Germany.
You know a little bit about that.
Oh, yeah. It's a great place. All these towns are. Really, Dusseldorf is a great city as well.
Barclay, the running back, trying to break a tackle. And they took 4 different members of the Fire special teams unit to bring him down. We are glad to be with you here on this terrific Saturday afternoon. Scott Graham and Doug Graber. It's a little bit of toughness from a guy who doesn't look like he's so big back there.
Yeah, and he is, he's small, 190 pounds, but boy, he's got balance and toughness. And again, as we mentioned earlier, he was tremendously productive in college, and of course was active for a few games with the Browns this year.
Not first down from the 27-yard line. Lule's got Broom, and the throw is there. Carlton Brewster going down the right side, a perfectly thrown football and a 37-yard pickup.
And Carlton Brewster is probably the top receiver for Berlin. A nice job of Lule looking the safety off, to see him look the safety off and then make a good throw to Brewster. And the thing they like about him, he's very, very explosive. He is the all-time leading receiver from small Ferris State College in Big Rapids, Michigan.
After giving up the score, but holding on the goal line, Berlin trying to answer right back. And an opportunity at the near side for Rhodes, but look at that. Once again, the play is strung out by Richard Coons, the linebacker, at great speed, chasing Rhodes over toward the sideline for what will be a 5-yard loss.
You know, and that's amazing. Richard Coons, 5'11", 234, you know, from Pittsburgh. They allocated him, and they're trying to make him a linebacker from a defensive end. And in their system at Pittsburgh, he'll be an outside linebacker. He's got some pass rush ability, and he's got a future, it looks like. Here you look at Travis Lulay. Same as the NFL, they get the plays signaled, or not signaled in, but into to the helmet.
The runner grasps the face mask of the defender. That penalty's declined. 2nd down.
Okay, penalty declined, so we got 2nd down there. But again, everything is the NFL. All the same NFL rules with a couple of exceptions, which we'll get into. Let's take, yeah, there's the face mask right there, no question about it. And that was Coons, was the guilty party.
Coons gets ripped down there by Rhodes, but we said penalty is declined. Travis Lulay perfect so far through the air, and also perfect in terms of the pacing of this game, getting his team to the line of scrimmage, taking that play clock right down near the end, but always getting the snap away. He does so again with a little bit of room. Chance to show off his legs.
Stiff arm. How about that for a quarterback?
I like it.
Yeah, you know, I talked to, again, all the coaches about this young guy, and what Coach Allen liked most about him was his mindset in the huddle, his leadership ability. He's just got a good feel for the game. Nothing there. He can take a 4.68 40. He can run some. But again, you know, in college and going to the end, this is his first start ever in a professional football game. So it's not like college. These guys on defense run pretty good.
Hadn't taken a snap for real since December of 2005. And once again, milks the play clock right to the end, but gets the play away. Buying a little time. Wow. And a good looking throw to the near sideline for Brewster.
That was very, very impressive right there, because on the run, he made a terrific throw. And, of course, he knows who to go to. Brewster, probably their top receiver, young guy that was traded last year in training camp, signed with Cleveland. They traded him to Green Bay during training camp. He was on the practice squad all year at Green Bay. He is explosive, and he's got definitely a future in the National Football League. And I'll tell you, the Berlin fans are really going to enjoy watching him this year.
You've been watching that play clock in the lower left corner of your screen, and once again, Lulay's got his team well set, snaps it at 2. And in a good rhythm right now. Alex Shore barreling his way down about 4 yards shy of the first down. Now, in terms of the rule differences, as we said, 40-second play clock, the NFL Europa, 35 seconds.
And you know, personally, I don't think there's any reason that the NFL could not speed up the game and go to that. I mean, this proves it right here. And the NFL uses NFL Europa to really experiment a lot with different rules. And we'll talk about that later today. But today, the umpire is behind the offense. You don't see an umpire there right next to the linebackers. I like that.
A bunch of different experimentations. Now Lulay's got another opportunity. And that was absolutely first down yardage, but Brewster had a man on his back. It was Andrew Pace, couldn't haul it in.
Yeah, that was good coverage and really a good throw. The reason I like the fact that the umpire is not behind the linebackers, one, it's not very healthy for that umpire. Two, teams are running so many crossing routes now, Scott, that it's really, he gets in the way a lot. He gets hit with the football, passes, everything else. He can see holding from behind the offense as well as he can see it back there.
Lulay's got him ready again. On 3rd down and 4, he's got to get to the 11. Timing interrupted, and an errant throw. Bunched receivers, how about 4 of them, within 10 yards of one another inside the 5-yard line.
Yeah, there was obviously something wrong in the execution of that play offensively, and unfortunately that's going to bring this drive to an end. But there you see John Allen talking to Travis, trying to figure out exactly what happened there. I'm impressed with John Allen. He's been very calm during training camp. He's really done a nice job preparing this football team.
So does Hakkasan for a 32-yard field goal attempt to try to tie it up. Little high on the snap. Little left on the attempt. Hawkins pulls it wide. It is no good. Officially a 33-yard attempt. The crowd here in Dusseldorf celebrate a lead for a little while longer.
First down, RHEIN at the 24-yard line.
Yeah, and there's no doubt in my mind. See, the snap was a little bit high, and I think, and also to the wrong side, and that, without question, threw off the timing of that kick a little bit.
Without question, we have seen our share of special teams difficulties that have come here in the first half of the opening game of the year. The RHEIN Fire get the football back when we come back.
Heat. Enemy of engines. Enemy of heat, Pennzoil Platinum Full Synthetic, with adaptive molecules that continually separate and reform to help conquer heat.
To move or not to move?
That's so not the question.
So what is the question?
Whose move is it?
That's not the question.
See any good moves lately?
Keep trying.
The question is, what moves?
These moves?
These moves?
Get up, get out, find a way. Every day, swim, jump, run, do.
The question is, what moves you?
Some actions of National Football League players touch the lives of millions of people in a single instant. But sometimes their actions touch the lives of a slightly smaller crowd. The National Football League salutes all of its players who make a difference in the community. And we're proud to honor this year's Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year Award recipients, LaDainian Tomlinson and Drew Brees.
Draft day memories, long. You just wanted someone to call your name, anybody. 24th pick overall, St. Louis Rams. I actually had a draft party at my home. So back in Las Vegas, Nevada, I had a lot of people over. That's the thing, you know, so many people get emotional that it kind of attacks you. So if you're listening, try to spend it with as less people as possible. Once you hear your name called, it's definitely emotional, tears, and a lot of hugging and a lot of smiling.
The NFL Draft, live on NFL Network.
From the players, to the coaches, to the 5 Vince Lombardi trophies. Revisit all the sights and sounds of the 49ers dynasty.
Stepped up, throw,
Available now at NFLShop.com and wherever DVDs are sold.
67 was a very, very tough year for Coach Lombardi, and you can literally see him age as the months pass.
America's game. High in the rafters here at LTU Arena in Düsseldorf, Germany. The Berlin Thunder and RHEIN Fire. The NFL Europa season opener. Scott Graham and Doug Graber here with you. Well, they were hoping that they were going to make a run at an all-time largest crowd for an opener here in Dusseldorf today. We'll find out when we hear the official attendance figure.
Beautiful stadium.
Brad Elliott still on the field. He's got 3:52 to work with now as he starts it off at his own 24-yard line. On the outside, it is Henderson. Pickup of about 3 to the right side. The tackle for Chris Thompson.
Yeah, and that was Chris Horrell, again, filling from the safety spot right there. And that was a pretty good lick as well. And Torian Henderson is definitely a change of pace from Riggs. Riggs more of a power back. Henderson, 5'9", 204 out of Texas Tech. He's more of the explosive type of player.
And there's a very explosive player in P.K. Sam, the wide receiver from Florida State. Split out wide here on second down. Little flip into the backfield. And out to about the 29-yard line is Henderson.
Yeah, that was Chris Thompson, 21 right there. The corner that came up and made a good open field tackle. And I'll tell you that this has been a physical football game. There's been some pretty good licks delivered already. Take a look at this one here. Watch Thompson, number 21, come up and make a pretty good lick right there. And Torian Henderson delivers a pretty good lick.
Talking about that kind of hitting. Rick Lance said that he actually had to have his team kind of back off a little bit, take the pads off, and just back off as we got closer to the first game because they were just simply hitting too hard in practice.
Scramble. find anybody open down the field. And then, of course, you see Cody Pickett. Now, I expect that we'll see him at the start of the third quarter. Very common practice in NFL Europa.
You see Elliott. We were talking with him the other day. After we had talked with Cedric Bonner, talking about him being the fastest player on the team, Elliott said, look, I want to start the conversation with the fact that I am the fastest man on this team. My 40-yard time is down to like 5.17 now, guys.
Whereas Cedric Bonner runs a 4.27.
Yeah, he's just kind of waiting for him there when he gets there.
A lot of interesting stories with these kids on these teams. Cedric Bonner is married. He's got a couple of little kids at home. There you see Cody Pickett. He was an All-American in high school in rodeo.
One of the other things, too, you as a former coach know about this as you see the quarterbacks conversing here, is that not only as a coach are you coaching a football team here, but in a lot of ways, because everybody's out of their element, you're kind of taking care of everybody as well.
You're darn right. And I'll tell you, my wife, I was always so happy to have my wife with me the whole time in Europe. She became the unofficial team mom. And I'll tell you, in many situations, these guys need some constant, and she was always sticking up for the players with me. We got to get the food better. We got to get this. We got to get a bus and take them to Walmart. That was one of the highlights of the season in NFL Europe. Taking the team to Walmart, they come back loaded, man. Diapers for the babies. A lot of them bring their wives and babies. It's pretty neat experience.
Well, you're in unfamiliar territory. You're looking for anything that does even look vaguely familiar. On first down, and they'll run to the wide receiver on the screen. Lauren Williams. And a good gain.
Wide receiver screen. Nice blocks by the wide receivers. And that was P.K. Sam in particular out there. Take a look at it now. To the right of your screen, watch the outside receiver right there, P.K. Sam. That's where you like those big, tall, 6'3" wide receivers, strong, 207 pounds. He locked him up pretty good. Get the hands inside, and you got it.
Still on you. Keep going.
Guys are having fun.
Well, they just wanted to get an opportunity to play a real game after all the practice time. There's first down yardage and a saving tackle on the outside by Chris Thompson, as Henderson found his way to a pickup of 11. So we've reached the 2-minute warning. $1:54 to go here till halftime. And the RHEIN Fire starting to find their offensive rhythm late here in the first half. Rick Lance's team up by 3. They're looking for more before halftime with the ball and driving here in Dusseldorf.
Would you like to double, triple, or even quadruple your income and eliminate your credit card debt?
I make $5,000 a month in residual income.
Income is at a 6-figure income. We'll be making over $8,000 a month this month.
Our first month, we made over $3,000 right out of the gate.
Thousands of people are getting started by requesting a free DVD that shows them the way to financial freedom. Like Trina, a soccer mom who started her home-based business part-time and with the help of a mentor made $30,000 the first year and $130,000 the next. Or Brandy, who has now become financially secure and is living the American dream.
The free DVD really opened my eyes.
We made over $18,000 last month.
And there's no experience necessary. Our DVD shows how a mentor works with you to assure your success.
Go to 6makethemoney.com and get started today and respond now while this is still a free service. Go to 6makethemoney.com. That's 6makethemoney.com. 6makethemoney.com.
We knew in that huddle there was a group destined to apply the kind of pressure that had not been seen before.
Just thinking that after 15 years of work and to finally reach the pinnacle, they still get shivers.
I turned around, Lauren says, "Daddy, we're world champions." That was a special moment.
The same 3 words always come out when I look at it. We did it. We did it.
To a teenager, every obstacle can seem insurmountable.
Pittsburgh Steeler Troy Polamalu
It's not that hard. Come on.
knows that with a little support, they can overcome anything.
Let's go, man.
But he can't be there for every team that needs help. You know a few words of encouragement.
You can do it. Come on.
Maybe you could give him a hand. Help the NFL and United Way strengthen your community. Volunteer at unitedway.org.
Relive the 2006 NFL season on NFL Replay. The 4 best games from each week re-aired every Sunday afternoon. NFL Replay, tomorrow starting at 1, only on NFL Network.
There's a crowd that looks like they're having a pretty good time on a beautiful late afternoon.
Boy, there's the dark ale, and I'll tell you, they look like they've been enjoying it.
Looks like there might be more in the offing before night comes. Well, RHEIN Fire with the ball, trying to drive downfield and expand on this 3-point lead. They're in Berlin territory now with 1:57 to go till halftime. Elliott in some trouble and brought down. Again, it's Tollefson. But good pressure really from the entire of the defensive line for Berlin.
Yeah, that was the Sape from inside that brought the pressure, and the Tollefson certainly was there to clean it up from outside, and really Brett Elliott didn't have much of a chance. It looks like we might have a penalty here. Here, take a look at it.
Holding.
95 right there is Sapale,
10-yard penalty.
and that is Tollefson that makes the inside stunt and beats him inside.
Bryant Shaw, good pressure up the middle. You may have heard in the background that it was indeed a holding call and is going to be declined. There is Washington. As far as Washington having to move back outside now with that injury that we saw earlier to Peter Heyer, they've had to do some shifting along the offensive line.
Yeah, they really, and that's tough to do. I don't care, you know, you just don't get enough reps anyway, and then when you have to move around and play different spots, that's tough.
He's at the left tackle now. He's got more pressure to deal with. And that is a gorgeous tackle across the middle from Jamil Dumas.
And he's switching over. He played for the RHEIN last year, and now he's switched over and he's playing for Berlin. So I'm sure that this game is meaningful for him. Nice throw, clearing by the tight end and bringing the wide out underneath.
That's textbook.
Big hit right there. No question about that. That was Marvin Allen. He's from England, the wide receiver.
Second down.
False start on the right side of the line. And that's going to negate the hit for the guy who's called Doom. At a Syracuse University 13th round pick for the Berlin Thunder here in 2007.
These teams in NFL Europa have 2 different drafts. They have the the allocation draft, and then they have a free agent draft. That's how they come up with these teams.
Oh, look at that. A perfectly set up screen for Henderson with a police escort in front of him. And a pass just over the top from Elliott.
Right there. And of course, Mr. Elliott knows he missed one right there. He just had to have a little bit more patience and work to get him the ball, because they had a huge play waiting for him if he just could have delivered that one.
2 big blockers ready to lead the way, and it just would not go. They rack him up and start it again. From the 47-yard line, it's 3rd down at 17. Got a little time. That ball floating way out. Off on the right side from Elliott.
Yeah, and that was Mr. Tollefson again applying the pressure from the backside, and that's why that ball was thoroughly overthrown.
So Elliott, a bit of a struggle offensively in that series. And RHEIN, which had been in Berlin territory, steps backwards now. You got 1:15 to go in the half, and Berlin will get another shot.
And both of the RHEIN quarterbacks, the Pickett and Elliott, have looked good at times, but both have been a little bit inconsistent.
Barr, the punter. And this is going to be a fair catch. This is going to be a new punt returner. That's stepping up and getting the football. Instead of allowing the bounces we saw last time, this time it was the running back, Chris Barclay, taking the punt.
Yeah, and of course, you know, you never want to, as a head coach, you certainly don't want to see that ball bouncing around on the punts, and that was a nice job of Barclay getting the ball, and that's kind of his deal. He's the Barclay, if he makes it in the league, it's going to be as a return guy, as a special teams guy, as a third down type of running back. That would be his niche.
Travis Lulay. 67 seconds of time to work with. A three-man rush coming for RHEIN.
Got 4 wide receiver set.
And sitting down right in the middle is Musinski, who had made that mistake in terms of the punt return, but he gets a catch for positive yardage, and they're going to come to the line of scrimmage quickly without a huddle.
And all these NFL teams evaluate these players, and when you get a quarterback in a 2-minute situation, you want to see what he does. That's what you're looking for.
That's a nice adjustment, and Musinski not only has a first down, he skips out of bounds to stop the clock.
Yeah, and again, in talking to Coach Allen during training camp, that's what he really likes about Lulay. He's very calm and composed, should be excellent in 2-minute situations. There you see him right there.
You know, he says as he comes from the Seattle Seahawks that they are very big on tempo there, so he doesn't mind a 2-minute offense. He's not afraid of the play clock because they're very much about getting to the line of scrimmage quickly.
Right. That's the key. Let's see how he executes the rest of this 2-minute drive now.
You see Berlin has a little bit of room underneath to work with. RHEIN is stepping back, playing a little soft. Firing again. Just a little bit high and out of the reach of Brewster.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, he's smart. He knows the receiver to go to. That Brewster is tremendously explosive. And they are really, really excited about him.
Too high? So he was asking him.
Yep. No question. They're way too high.
The correct answer to that question, Travis, was yes. So 34 seconds to go here in the half.
4 wide receivers set.
They are spread. RHEIN is bringing a blitz. He's got some time, and it is incomplete. And a little bit too low for Gustavo Tea. It'll bring up third down. Scores highlights coming up at halftime. Just 28 seconds of game clock away.
Of course, you know, for Berlin, you have 2 national players. One of them right here, Gustavo Tea right there, national from Mexico. And on the other side, you have Alejandro Gomez, another Mexican receiver.
Tea and his teammates now trying to figure out what is best. John Allen will point it out. Now, that probably is not what's best.
That is definitely the RHEIN Fire. There's going to be no confusing that outfit right there. I tell you, the German fans are unbelievable. They really are. And I'll tell you, they love it. And they know football. Now, don't kid yourself. They know exactly what's going on. They're very, very knowledgeable. They watch NFL games on TV. Look at some of these outfits. How about that? That's unbelievable.
That takes quite a bit of time before coming out.
Oh, they're dead serious about it now. I'll tell you, they have power parties that start 4 hours before the game, and they are something.
They really are. .28 seconds to go in the half. Lulay. They gave him time. And he found his receiver for a first down. Again, Musinski, his 3rd catch of the drive.
Yeah, Musinski has really become the go-to guy on this drive. He's really had every catch. Nice job of stopping the clock. Outstanding 2-minute drive here by Lulay.
That was his 3rd completion of the drive. And they're saying, what, one more play?
Got 10 seconds left. Yeah, you can get one more in there. Got to either get out of bounds or have an immediate timeout.
The head coach, I always think back to Don Shula going to Don Strock to Dorial Harris to Tony Nathan, that famous looking ladder play in that unbelievable Dolphins-Chargers playoff game.
Never forget that game.
It was basically this situation.
Yeah, it was.
Maybe he's looking that way. Does get the completion. It is Gomez making the catch, and they will get the quick timeout.
Nice job in the 2-minute third. Nice job. Now remember, in NFL Europa,
30-second timeout.
50-yard field goal equals 4 points. Take a look at this throw now by Lule. Ooh, look at Gutekunst there, the right tackle. Nice job. Good job catching the football in traffic.
They marked that ball where it looks like they are, where he made forward progress. You're talking 52 or 53 yards on a field goal attempt here. But once again, that's not 3 points. Under NFL Europa rules, that is a 4-point kick. So Berlin would be going for the lead.
I tell you, and having been at Frankfurt, these German fans, especially in those two cities, Frankfurt and Dusseldorf, they love their football.
And it looks like the spot is going to be for a 53-yard attempt. This is for 4 points and the lead. Hawkins
looks good.
Got the distance, and he got it.
How about that? 4 points on the board, just that fast. I like the 4-point rule. You know, when you take that gamble to kick it from that far and give up field position, I think you should be. To me, a 10-yard field goal should, in a 50-yard field goal, there should be a difference.
So as time runs out in the first half, McLeod sees his team's lead evaporate, and they are down by a point. Season opener for NFL Europa. We'll be back with highlights of the first half in just a couple of moments. Halftime, Berlin leading it by 1.
We're here at Bruce Rossmeyer's Destination Daytona, home to one of the largest motorcycle dealerships in the world. Let's